Is that what turned you gay? Because I was dropped on my head in the grocery store when I was like 2. That was definitely the moment. Gay.
Gay, likes wigs.
Yeah. Have you ever wondered, am I the Welcome to Who's the a Grindr podcast where every week I get a guest in the hot seat and we go deep, talking dating, sex, and the decisions that keep you up at night. Then we take your calls so we can figure out who's really on the line. I'm your host, Katya, and nothing gets past me, so pucker up, buckle up, and let's ride this thing till the wheels fall off. Today's guest is a fashion legend and the only person to look at a double quarter pounder and go, that's couture. He was the creative director of Moschino for 10 years. He's dressed Madonna, Katy Perry, Miley, Cardi B. I have so many questions, but before that, please welcome Jeremy Scott to Who's Thank you for coming.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
This is very exciting to me. And I'm also trying to subtly put the gears in motion for you to make me something.
Okay.
Just planting the seed.
Seed is planted.
Yeah. You've dressed a ton of A-list celebs. What is the strategy for someone like, say, Madonna?
Well, she's very particular because she's kind of like creating a character.
Yeah.
So it's a very directorial approach. She kind of has a very distinct idea how she wants to be and what that character is.
Yeah.
And so then it's kind of meshing the concept of what she has and trying to fill it in.
Has there ever been an instance where you've gone the back and forth, there's a lot of it, or?
Yeah, there's been a lot of it, especially doing something like for the Met Gala. That's a little more tricky because it's a live event. It's not really about a character, then it is her, but then it's still related to the event itself, but then she herself in life as a character of pop culture. So I think that's where, catching the mood and having enough time to get it in advance and, you know what I mean?
It seems stressful.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Met Gala in general is stressful. I don't think she's stressful at all. I appreciate her approach because she really loves fashion. I mean, of all the pop stars I've ever dressed, she's the one that probably could have been a stylist and because she had so much say and vision and inspiration. I mean,
she's not just she doesn't wear
the
whatever.
Coolest that ever did it.
Yeah, she has carved out so many different types of I hate the word era, but I mean so many distinctive eras. She has a visual language that's really, really fluent. I feel like as a designer, your style you're no stranger to fun and camp and stuff. What is the craziest, funnest outfit you've made for somebody? I don't know if you can say that.
I mean, I think that you referenced the burger. I mean, the burger is pretty iconic.
The burger in the bathroom photo is so funny.
Yes. I knew going into that being camp and Katy and I together, people kind of thought, okay, she's going to go as I don't know, a hot dog or something. And so I was we have to flip it. So I'm I've come up with 2 ideas. One is a chandelier.
Yeah.
And we'll do it all in Swarovski crystals and it'll light up and it'll be an elevated version of camp.
Yeah.
The other is this hamburger. It'll be all sequined, but it's a hamburger. And I was talking to her on the phone about it while she was driving to Santa Barbara with Orlando was driving. So it was the 3 of us in conversation. And she was I really want the burger. I want the burger. I think it'd be so funny. She's I love the chandelier. And I was really? I was I think you should go as the chandelier. And then we'll change because you can't sit down. It's a structure.
Right.
It's just not even possible.
Yeah.
And then you'll get 2. And she's well, I really want the red carpet with that. And then Orlando tipped the scale to the chandelier, which was great because I think in the end, the burger got so documented, it didn't need actually that procession stairway.
Right.
And
so the burger for dinner.
Yes, the burger for dinner. It was so cute. At the very, very end of the evening, Katy looked up at me and her burger and she goes, this is my most favorite thing I've ever worn in my life.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
So sweet. And there are so many great pictures of her from that. I mean,
instantly iconic.
Celine Dion grabbing her meat and it was a really fun night.
It was interesting to see all the interpretations of camp in that Met Gala because a lot of people I don't think got the memo. But how do you think it's important to follow the theme, or do you think it's better just to look incredible? I mean, what's the deal?
I think it's really tricky, the whole thing, because you have to look at it. I mean, that one was tailor-made for me. I had more pieces.
It was literally,
in that exhibition than any other brand or designer.
Your factory was churning out black smoke with that.
And I dressed more people than even beyond my own personal guest list that night. And it was a really beautiful night. But I do understand the difficulty because as a brand, you want to represent what is you.
Yeah.
And then you're going to this, but when there's a theme and you're trying to be in this theme, sometimes that theme isn't really you. So you either try to find yourself, but I also think ultimately you want to look good, to your point.
Yeah.
So it is a weird dichotomy. And then there's all these people looking at it online being like, they didn't follow the assignment. And it's like, well, I don't know. If you're, let's say, a conservative brand and it's camp, maybe just bold bubblegum pink is fine.
Yeah.
Because, it's already outside of your box.
Right. When were you aware of that theme?
Of the camp theme?
Yeah.
Early on, because they were asking for pieces for the exhibition.
I was gonna say,
And I sat with the curator way before the full announcement, because there's so many pieces they were looking for from my personal archives, from my Moschino archives, that I was clued into really what was going on.
Yeah, thank God. Right? I'm always struck by how stressful and fast moving the fashion world seems to go.
Yes.
Why there's so many seasons? And seriously, for a brand like Moschino, how many pieces per season? And I'm such a rube in terms of couture and ready to wear. Can you explain that to me?
Well, couture means it is actually custom made almost entirely by hand without even a sewing machine.
Gotcha.
More like hand sewing.
Yeah.
For your measurements.
Okay.
So that's kind of a whole nother echelon.
Okay.
In that respect. In real couture terms, there's very specific amounts of handwork that have to go on to it.
Okay. These are the old Italian ladies in the atelier, doing lace, that
Correct.
stuff.
All of those kind of things. I don't know the exact calculation, but there is a what this becomes couture at this amount of handwork.
Gotcha.
Even very elaborate evening gowns could still not be technically couture in that vernacular.
Okay.
I mean, we can all speak of it as couture, truthfully. And then ready to wear, yes, it's more mass, even though true ready to wear today is still a very high end kind of situation.
How do you get the refractory period from each season, sort of the fashion equivalent of writer's block, or do you always have ideas churning, or where do you find inspiration? Because it moves too fast. I feel like fashion should slow down a little bit.
I agree fashion should slow down. I don't disagree with you.
It's wild.
I never had any writer's block, let's say, or designer's block. I think I was kind of trained like an athlete, like an Olympian, to be able to perform.
Fierce.
And at one point I was doing 6 shows a year because I had 2 of my own, 4 for Moschino. So it was constant. I would turn in the next season the day after the show. So you would see a show, the Barbie show, for instance, and I'm already turning in the next one.
You're 3, 5 steps
that I have
ahead.
already fully articulated. Maybe I haven't designed the infinite print, but I have given the whole structure of the show from garment 1 to final garment.
Holy
then turn that in,
That's intense.
It is intense. And that's what people don't understand about when they're like, oh, it's a stressful job. It is a stressful job. You have so many people's livelihood dependent upon you in a company. And then you're also walking this tightrope where everyone has an opinion about fashion.
Especially with social media and everybody has instant global access to everything as it becomes available, and super opinionated with, little to no knowledge or education about fashion, like myself.
Well, I think it's because everyone wears clothes. And I think we have this connection to clothes because we do express ourselves that way. So I think that even though this goes into another realm in a way, it's just the fact that it's clothes, people get so visceral and they think, they have this profound idea about it. And it's like, well, maybe it's not really for you or for the root cause of what you think it is. People get nuts.
People get so inflamed about fashion in a way that is so misdirected. I was like, you should be directing this ire towards your congressperson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
But they're screaming about hemlines and all this stuff. And it's wild. Do you pay attention to any of that noise on?
I've tried to block it out because at first I get very hurt. I've just spent 6 months of my life pulling something from inside to give to you.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can just look away.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
nothing.
I'm not making you wear this. I'm not making you have to consume this.
Right.
So I never understood that. Even as a kid growing up, when people get so upset about things I would wear, I would be like, why? I'm not putting it on your body.
Yeah.
It offends you when it's not even lewd. That'd be a different thing. But just you don't like me wearing this?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Just shut the up.
Exactly.
When you started at Moschino, because you're very whimsical.
Yes.
What was that shift like when the brand, was there a lot of like pushback or like, was there like...
No,
No, it
not
was
at all. It
just
was
your...
really like lighting a match.
Hell yeah.
It just worked and it went great. And it was such a phenomenal start and kind of revamped. It was like Sleeping Beauty being reawoken. That's how I kind of thought about it.
And when did you leave Moschino?
It'll be 3 years soon.
3 years.
Yeah.
Out of all those 10 years, was there a particular period or time where that it was like the most magical?
I don't know about most magical. I mean, they're all moments of life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the earlier parts, not kind of trying to figure it out and then feeling like, oh, I've hit a rhythm, and then trying to feel like, how do you change this up and make sure you're not rusty on your laurels?
Yeah, the pressure to like always, it's like something new, something fresh. And the obsession with like innovation, I don't know, I just from the outside, I found exhausting.
It is, like I said, I feel like I was trained for it, like an Olympic athlete would be. And so in that way, I must love the self-competitive nature of having to try to outdo myself. Or
do you work well under pressure?
I think I do, yes.
Do you love deadlines?
Oh, yeah, I don't mind deadlines, and I don't mind boxes either. I don't mind a constraint. Oh, I'm really good with that. Like, oh, you want to just give me this, and you want me to turn that on? Well, turn that out.
Yeah.
Like,
you want limits? Get limits?
Oh, yeah. I will show you something you could not believe could be done with what's in that box.
Oh, that's fierce. So you left Moschino after 10 years. What was it like the first morning you left? Was there relief or regret?
It was a bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you get like the post-show blues in a way?
I think I thought about it like this. It's like when you have a favorite sitcom and then the character dies or ends.
Yeah.
But that actor exists.
Right.
But you still mourn it. It's kind of like that. You know, for me, that was...
Oh, that's a really good
That
way.
was like my role for 10 years. You know what I mean? It's like that voice of what I did there exactly is no longer, because I did it for that character in a way. If I look at it in these kind of terms.
Yeah.
Obviously, I still exist, and there's a lot of my personality that, of course, is in that.
Yeah.
And I can do this or I can do something else. It's like you love Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman, but then she won an Oscar for Erin Brockovich, which is a different role, but it's still her.
Right.
So that's kind of how I think about it. It's like I'm going to do a different role, and it'll be a different version of me, but I kind of mourn because it'll never be that version. It won't be Vivian.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's a love, and I love that. And it lives forever in that space and time. And that I've had to take and enjoy. And in truth, I've also had to like think about my own self-worth, because I was so consumed, as we are in pop culture, of like my output and what does it mean and who am I without that, because that was my dialogue with the world.
Yeah, your identity.
And my identity. And so I was like, oh God, people aren't going to like me. People won't want to, I'll be shunned. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of thinking about these things, like I don't have matter, I don't have merit. And then finally kind of just, it was able to sink into it and be like, you've already done all this. You know, beyond those 10 years, all the things I've already done before that and the things that I'm yet to do.
Right.
And you're enough.
Yeah.
And that was the best gift of constantly trying to sink into just being enough with who I am and be happy about that.
Was that like a place you arrived at yourself just through experience, or was there any
therapy?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, did Oprah teach you that?
No,
or like
this was on my own.
Yeah.
I probably should have gone to therapy. Just I don't think I realized at first like how the magnitude of leaving such a big role was and what it would feel like. And first few times people would be like, oh my God, are you okay? And what's going on? And I'm like, yeah. And it's also been great to have a bit more of life, because my life was so structured for over 10 years, but that 10 years was extremely structured. I couldn't go to birthdays or anniversaries or weddings, or
what is the
fell
schedule?
into a you know, I mean,
day to day, like
I
nuts.
mean, well, there was also just the fashion show is going to happen on these dates, so there's the prepping for that. There's the time away for that. You know, it's like unlike anything else. If it doesn't start the show like literally within, I don't know, 45 minutes of the start time, people got to get up and go. Right. You know, like I don't have we can catch it after lunch.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Or like a painter, like, hey, you know what? I'm still working on this body. Right. Can we push my exhibition another 6 months and you can put another, artist up here? I have to go at that time. And that's why it's so regimented. And that's why, like I say, it's kind of like being an Olympian.
Yeah.
You really have to be able to perform and do the job.
It's athletic. It's absolutely athletic. When you're casting a show with models, like, how does that work? Do you do like run-throughs and like rehearsals and stuff?
Well, like the casting itself, so there would be a casting agent. I would be telling them, let's say this season has this kind of mood.
Gotcha.
You know, obviously there's some people that I would know, especially if it was girls, like, okay, like Gigi's going to be able to do whatever. Like she's a perfect chameleon for me. There'd be some people that would already be part of like the batch of my people. And then it'd be like, but I'm really looking for, let's say, blondes that look very Russian.
So you never called me, I noticed.
And, you know, and I'm like looking for this very angular, or I'm like, you know, have an icon or a stereotype of some kind of visual. So I try to make all the other people similar to that and then transform my Gigi's and whatnot into that character.
What happens if a model trips, breaks her leg, or like trips, smacks her head and dies?
That's called a movie. That's like,
do you stop? Do you stop? What is the protocol for like a disaster?
A disaster.
Do you just stop the show?
No, the show must. You know this. The show must go on.
The models just trample her corpse.
Of course. As Heidi Klum did to Carrie Bradshaw very vividly.
Oh, that's right.
That iconic scene. I've never had anybody do anything too dramatic. I mean, I had sometimes the shoes didn't fit and they took them off and carried them.
Okay, that
I hate.
I heard from a friend of a model. So, you know, oftentimes in shows, models are given shoes that are not the size that their feet are.
That is correct.
Wow.
But that's not correct with me.
Okay. Why the would that happen?
Because there's a really limited amount. And if you had a shoe, like if your foot was really big or very small, and then you have that outfit, and people aren't really thinking about that. I've thought about this my whole career because one of my first girls I discovered was Devin Aoki, who is
oh my God, she's
so
goddess.
Small and she's so beautiful. And her foot was like barely a size 5. So it's tiny. And that's, you know, I mean, it's like this.
Yeah,
it's like the only person
children's
smaller that I ever dealt with was Kylie Minogue. And it was like,
she is a miniature person.
Yes.
Yeah.
She took once my headband and put it on as a tube top right in front of me and started dancing, literally. And you could still read it completely. Like, I was like,
stretch.
I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember she saying, I'm 5 foot in a whisper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to make sure Devin was fine. So I always custom made her shoes for her. And I was always thoughtful about people's shoes. So when it happened to me at a show, I was kind of mortified that someone took off their shoes because I've always been very good at making sure that you feel good in your shoes. They're taped, they're special, they're done for you. You know, there might be a slight room.
They're taped.
Oh, if you need help, you can put tape, padding, all these. There's a whole science behind
I wanna
getting into a heel that's not the right one but matches the look. And
so if I'm a size 2, but I need but I'm given a size 4.
Yeah.
What's the strategy?
Oh, it could be
Cotton balls?
No, there's like, the actual like Dr. Scholl's and all that stuff. And then you cut some down, you shave some down. You have those little other things, those bump stoppers that you put in the front.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have tape. Sometimes you can tape your whole bottom of your foot.
Oh, my God.
There's a lot you can do. I just wouldn't ever ask someone to do it where there's like any kind of visual gap of something.
It seems insane, dangerous,
exactly.
Crazy. By and large, our models, are they nice?
Are they nice?
Or are they just
I think it's an old individual thing. I mean, I would say that Gigi and Bella are two of the nicest people. They're so well raised. They're so kind and so thoughtful and so present and so genuine. Gigi is just really...
She seems like a wonderful person.
Out of this world in that way. And Bella is very, very much the same.
Have you ever styled a boyfriend?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have you ever had someone dating someone where you're like, we need to just overhaul?
Redone. Oh, full on. With hair color, the whole thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's like an unforgivable fashion don't when someone you're dating?
You know what? It's probably wearing other designer brands. I'd rather you just don't wear designer clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then to have some like, I don't know, branded logo of something, especially something that at that moment I would deem not cool.
Yeah.
That's such a turn off.
How important do you think shoes are?
Very.
Okay.
I mean, that's not without a question.
Are these, I know they look like orthopedic old man shoes. Are they okay? Yes, they're okay.
They are great.
Yeah.
Do you feel better? I believe in comfort. I'm wearing Uggs. I believe in comfort, but I also genuinely love the Ugg boot aesthetic. And I've been a big proponent of it, especially for guys, because, you know, it's like harks back to that whole Britney getting like a Starbucks moment of the early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
I was so jealous because I was like, oh, I want those, but they seem to be only girl boots. But truly, in Australia, they were like, you know, a surfer boot that guys wore.
I cannot wear them because my feet sweat so much and smell like the cat's. I mean, it's like, it is rancid.
Oh.
It's rancid, so.
I can tell you, it's like having a nice, warm, lovely blanket.
I know. I mean, I know the heaven that it feels like, but the hell that it becomes is for other people. Yeah, it's not working. We're going to play a game called or Not. Basically, we're just going to evaluate behaviors, good or bad. Or not. Staying on the apps while you're exclusively dating someone because you like the attention.
Oh, that seems like
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like also you do need a therapist.
Therapy.
Yeah.
What do you think about monogamy and open relationships? And do you think monogamy can work? Like,
I've only ever been in monogamous relationships.
See, okay.
Yeah, I've never been in an open relationship, and I don't dispute it works for people.
Yeah.
But I'm very like wholesome.
I am the same way. I'm like Sarah Plain and Tall. I'm just like very like pilgrim lady. I just want to like one person. Also, it just becomes a time thing.
I can't even imagine.
Who has the time to date 4 or 5 people?
I really can't imagine. Plus, it's like when I love someone, I'm just so all in.
Yeah.
I don't have eyes for other people.
I know, I'm like Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction. I'm very very jealous, and I could never deal with that. Like if I were on the couch with someone and they were on Grindr looking for somebody else, I would chop their head off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? It'd be understandable.
Yeah, and it'd be justifiable.
I agree.
And I would not go to prison.
No, you wouldn't. It'd be a great courtroom drama, though.
Oh, that's true.
And what would you wear? Would you totally do like a hat with a veil when you go on, and then you pull it off when you're on the...
I'd pull it off and I'd have it horribly disfigured, like botched plastic surgery.
Oh, yeah, no, this side's perfect, but that side is then like the acid.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that'd be so
and then I'd
good.
take my teeth out. And then I think it'd be fierce. Okay, or not, ending a date because of the shoes.
How bad are the shoes?
I mean, they're bad. The worst shoes you can imagine.
I mean, if
Like,
they're making your stomach hurt,
Like,
because they're
you
so
look at them and
bad.
you're like,
If you're gonna vomit, you better go. So I think it's just you better end the date. But how did you get on this date with those shoes being bad? Was it a bait and switch?
No. It was through the apps, but you saw everything. The only full body shots were from a wedding.
You asked for shoe pics.
Yeah.
What's wrong with people? Shoe pics.
Shoe pics, yeah. You need to see the whole, in several different options: formal, semi-formal, casual. Yeah.
Spoken like a true expert.
Thank you. Faking a work emergencies to leave a hookup's apartment faster. Or like faking anything to just get out of a...
I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah. I've always defaulted towards lying to make
people feel better.
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
I don't think there's anything wrong necessarily, but I do love and appreciate a compassionate but honest, I'm just gonna go. And it's, I don't know, like you don't really need to give an excuse or something. It's like, I've done it a couple times. It's a little weird.
I'm sure.
But it works.
It's a little socially awkward, perhaps.
Oh, for sure.
I think we're taught to just try to massage it and get on.
Yeah, but I've also stayed through the grin and bear it thing is not.
No.
It's too much. But like, oh my God, my house is on fire, or I gotta go wash my dog's hair or something. Like, okay, we're on a date.
Okay.
I'm wearing the most disgusting shoes.
Oh, no.
And I've also, you've also discovered that I have like a very contagious rash all around my neck.
Okay.
That when I took my scarf off. I'm about to make a move on you on the couch, and you need to get the hell out of there.
Yes.
What's the strategy?
My dog's on fire, but my house needs to be shampooed. Yeah. I think it's like that.
My house needs to be shampooed. My dog's on fire.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you got to go then.
Yeah. It's really understandable and relatable.
Have you ever been catfished?
I don't think so, no.
Have you ever gone catfishing? I'm just kidding.
No. No. I don't eat fish. I've never eaten fish in my life.
You've never eaten fish?
No.
I've
never eaten
fish.
chicken either.
Shut the up.
No.
Really?
Yeah. I ate red meat when I was a child.
Okay.
And then I stopped when I was like 13, and I've been a vegetarian my whole life.
I don't think you're missing much.
Yeah.
Fish are disgusting. I'm from, the East Coast, people are obsessed with lobster.
Yeah.
Rats of the sea. I mean, they are.
Good point.
They're rats of the sea. Would you rather be 6? You know what? I think a lot of guys would probably have a really hard time, like, choosing. If you could be, like, say you're tall, but you have to shrink.
Tall but small.
Tall but small, or short but huge.
Guess it depends on your line of work.
That's true.
I mean, I think at that point, I would probably just go for more tall because fashion. Right. So, like, I love the longer, the leaner, the, like, clothes look on me. And that's really ultimately what I care about most in that respect.
It is a mathematical equation, right?
Yes.
The model's proportions, right?
Oh, yeah.
What is, like, the golden ratio of, like...
Golden ratio?
Or I don't know what that means. Like, what is the ultimate supermodel, like...
Well, right now, we're in such a world of, like, really... the diversity of an individual. It's no longer one standard size because there's so many people that are smaller and bigger or more curvy.
Sure.
So it's kind of a very new place for fashion after decades of things being like, like the Cindy Crawford archetype of like 6 something and, size 10, 11 foot, then there was little girls. I mean, I was one of the first people to champion a very small girl. I mean, obviously, Kate Moss was small, but then Devin Aoki, who I discovered and
she's a peanut.
Is little, and made Kate look tall.
But
Kate
she's
was 5'8".
so gorgeous.
Yeah,
she in Sin City was incredible.
Devin is one of the most beautiful, unique faces I've ever seen in my entire life. And everything about her is so fine and perfect, every little finger. And that's why she looks so good, because all the proportions are shrunk down, and that's why she looks perfect.
She looks otherworldly. Like, I remember I don't know where the first time I saw her in a picture of her, I was like, holy shit. It was just like, it looked, the symmetry and her, like, the shape of her head, and it was just like, oh my God, she's so gorgeous. When did that change in fashion, like, standards of, when did that start to kind of break open?
Maybe 7 years ago.
Pretty recent.
I think really the individual is more important than it ever had been within the fashion thing. But ultimately, clothes are very standard, like samples are very standard. So it's kind of hard to you have to plan if you're going very outside of that. And that's just part of the business.
Yeah. Okay. Not going through a hookup's closet or medicine cabinet while they're in the bathroom.
I think that's normal. You should
I do too.
You should know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, I want to know the meds.
Are they on psychiatric medicine?
Yeah. How many psych meds are they on? Are they taking them?
Yeah.
Where are the narcotics?
Yes.
Like,
Is that the one good outfit they have on, or is everything just like?
Well, that's my next question. Is the strategy for a first date? So, okay, say you like. Talk to somebody on Grindr. We're going on a date, not a hookup. We're going on a date. Do you dress the best and act your best, knowing that it's unsustainable?
Okay.
Or do you kind of just like tone it down and not try so hard? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
It could go either way. That's the thing. It's like, are you trying to lower expectations and then you fly through the finish line? Or did you raise the bar so high that you yourself for the next time? I always think you should just be as genuine and happy about like how you feel, like you look, and that's always going to resonate. Like I think really fashion rules are kind of a little bit out the door. I think you should really just think, do I feel good? Does it make me happy? Do I feel sexy? Do I feel like fun? Do I feel like I look attractive? Yeah. Because you'll exude that. Yeah,
and if you're like putting on a pair of like super skinny jeans and you're like, I really don't want to do this, it's gonna show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And also your tiny is gonna show through too. What is a fashion trend that you would wish would just vanish into the ether forever?
You know what? Not really that hateful.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, because I feel like, again, people should do what they feel like they want to do. I mean,
I hate camisoles.
Oh, really?
Is it that thing with like I hate them.
Why?
And
what
I also hate
do you.
We don't have enough time. Also, I hate the term wife beater.
Well, that term is actually now deemed inappropriate.
Well,
so you can be very happy and rejoice in that.
Yeah, but what is the PC term for a quote unquote wife beater? Tank top?
Yeah.
Okay. I hate them so much. I hate them. I've always hated them.
So do you hate them if they are just the white ones that are ribbed that kind of fit close, or if it's a sleeveless kind of T-shirt?
No, that's different.
Okay.
That's hot.
Okay.
Like, especially if a guy's kind of jacked and he's wearing one that's cut a little too much and you see a little side boob and nipple. Like, That's
Okay.
great. But I hate the
undershirt
the
version.
undershirt, and I don't understand the purpose of it.
Well, it came from when people did wear more formal clothes, and that was also...
To hide their nipples?
I don't know that hide their nipples.
Because it doesn't protect, like, it doesn't...
No, it doesn't do that.
What
I
is
just
the
think
purpose?
maybe that's a good question. What is the purpose?
Who can we call? Yeah.
Marlon Brando.
I mean, I know that it's like a staple of like a hot, sexy kind of archetype of man. I've hated it from day one.
I like it from a distance. It's not something that works on me.
Oh,
I've never had that body.
I would feel like I was putting on like a pineapple for a hat or something. It would just feel so alien. Ugh. What about sheer dresses where you can see panties and bra?
Then it depends on the panties and bra. Because that can be great or it can be a disaster.
But the granny panty sheer...
It could be great.
Okay.
I mean...
Depends on the granny panty.
It just, honestly, or sometimes the thong is great, or sometimes it's hideous, and it's like...
It just depends on the body.
Yeah. And yes, the person carrying it off.
Jockstrap or thong for a man?
I think a jockstrap, yeah.
I'd say thong.
Really?
Yeah. I've come around on it, though. I had some internalized homophobia. I thought it was too, like, feminine.
Yeah.
But now, like, I love the idea of a big jack guy in a thong.
Do you like the thong song?
I actually hate the thong song. I wish it never existed.
Oh, that little closeted gay rapper.
Cisco. Whatever happened to him?
With his little clear backpack and...
Clear backpack?
Oh, yeah. I'd hear all these stories about how he would turn up at the record companies with his little clear backpack and going in, and he'd be like... and it was, like, super gay, but then everyone let him have that song where he's like, let me see your thong, 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 thong.
Because he wanted to wear it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, he was admiring not the woman's bodies, but he was like, give me that thong, I want to put it on. Yeah.
He said do an update, and maybe you could do a duet.
Oh, yeah.
You know, give me that thong, I want to put it on. It's a great song.
I smell the Grammy right now.
Ooh, the odor is more than your feet.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Okay, or not, telling someone exactly why you're not going to sleep with them.
God, I mean, do you really need to be that honest?
No.
I don't think so.
No, it's like if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything.
Exactly. I just think it's like...
Have you ever had a date or someone tell you something that was so rude or brutally honest that it just like blew you over?
I don't think so.
No. Someone told me I smelled like
Did you?
I did. Yeah, I did. It was traumatizing, but then it was a turning point, learning lesson. Flirting with someone knowing that they're in a relationship. Or...
Are you flirting just like casual flirting, or is it sexual flirting? Like, is it like flirting like, ooh, you look really great, blah, blah, blah.
It's like kind of like bimbo flirting.
Some people just have flirty personalities.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm trying to get you in bed or get your pants off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like bubbly versus smoldering.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think bubbly is fine. It's kind of cute. Who doesn't like a little compliment and all
but not
of that?
like me eyes and the tongue hanging out of the mouth.
No, then you're
yeah.
You know, especially if you know that person's like in a committed relationship.
Yeah. Still using your ex's streaming passwords for 2 years after a relationship ends.
It's called thrifty, being thrifty. I don't think it's called being I think it's being very
frugal, and I will continue to do it as long as I can. And it's irresponsible of them not to catch me.
Exactly. Change your password.
Change
What's wrong with you?
You're not aware of your finances? That's not my problem.
Exactly.
Is there a brand that you would fantasize about, flying in there, revamping the whole thing with your signature style?
I mean, yeah, there's several. I mean, in the sense, if I find the right box, it's like an empty box.
Yeah.
And I can pour myself into it. It's great if there's some things from the history of it that I resonate with me, but I love fashion in general, and it's a large world of different vibes. So I think that there's a lot of different possibilities.
I'm still trying to figure out how to get you to make me something. So I think I'll just keep mentioning it.
Where are you going?
Nowhere in particular.
Well, because that's always important to know where you're going to wear something.
Well, see, I would love to go. When I see like pictures of the Met Gala, to me, that looks like the most stressful situation that I could possibly be in. Because everything's got to be perfect. It's all the, and then,
it's 360 too. There's no
hiding.
And there's no like,
and I have a challenging profile. I mean, if I'm not like, no, listen.
You're adorable.
I love the way I look. I love the way I look in drag. But if I turn and I relax, it's the Birdman of Alcatraz with like a huge, I'm telling you, it's bad.
I am the first person to bring a drag queen to the Met Gala. I brought Violet
Chachki.
And
What was that like? She is a... No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, she is too,
No,
and you know it.
I know.
She's the best there is, though.
She is. She's the
She
perfect
is really
kind
a
of...
kind creation, honestly.
She, at 21, had a visual language and a fashion vocabulary that was so vast. Because when you go to Drag Race, you don't have Google, you don't have anything. You just have what's in your head.
Yes.
And what she was able to pull from her sort of like cerebral archive was so impressive. I would have to like Google something like, oh God, I'd have to do like research to kind of like come up with an idea. But she just had it all.
She really is like a walking illustration from like the 1950s.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why I knew exactly what I wanted Violet to look like and exactly the dress and the whole moment. And she brought it to life perfectly because I really wanted this long satin black opera glove that looks like the kind of gloves that's like, taken off and thrown. But then as her dress, and then I was like, I have this vision of you walking up the stairs, and then you have the hand of the glove, and then you're looking back, and you have that signature kind of Veronica Lake hair when she had the, when she did the wave. And she did it in picture on the red carpet.
It was so perfect.
And it was sensational.
Yeah.
Sensational.
She's one, I think, that like, she doesn't feel like she's really on unless she's in a lot of pain, in terms of like being cinched. And I mean, the heels she wears are sky high. And I mean, I can't even walk in these grainy pumps anymore. But yeah, like it's really impressive and it's breathtaking. She's pretty awesome. Shame about that personality though. Just kidding. Just kidding. So we're gonna do voicemails now.
My goodness, yes.
Now that we're loose, it's time to go deeper. We set up a voicemail line for Grindr users to confess their situations and ask us who's. People have been calling, people have been sharing. Some of you have been busy, so let's open wide and take a look. Phone, please. Hello?
Hello. So, I've been like wondering after the whole situation if I was that during the kind of situation I had with this man. So, long story short, it was just the young man that I was hooking up with that lived near my house. So it was pretty convenient, but he has never done anything with a man before.
Oh,
so he was rushing to go have sex with him. And I tried to explain to him about what douching was, how I prefer douching. But it was just one morning where he hit me up. And I was just fed up and not in the mood. So I told him, yeah, I was ready to. And when I went over to his place, I heard a baby playing in the background, the cartoon show. We went to his room. He went to the restroom to go brush it up really quick. And I was just thinking in my head, this man has a freaking child. And a wife. There was a picture of his wife in his bedroom. So I decided to paint this man for the good of justice, knowing that he had a wife and a kid at home. And I just painted him. I painted all over that man. And I went home feeling happy. Am I
This is a term and a phenomenon that was created solely to make me fling myself off the cliff somewhere. Okay. Do you know what it means to paint?
I have no idea.
I am so sorry to tell you what this means. It means to on a...
Oh.
Doesn't that... It's a little incongruous as as a term. Painting is we paint with color to make beauty. Yes. But people are saying like it...
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, and painting as revenge.
Okay, so that was like, yes.
It was an evil painting. It was like, I'm
exposing you.
Yes. It was a expose.
Yeah.
Via painting. I think that person is absolutely an.
Yeah. I mean, also it sounds like To Catch a Predator whole scene right there. I feel like, where's the sweet tea? I'll be right back. I've got clothes in the laundry room. Sit down.
Totally.
It's like, that was giving me spookiness.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers to that scenario that are not kosher. Also, intentionally defecating on someone's penis. You heard it here first.
Gross.
gross, nasty, and you should be ashamed of yourself. If it's an accident, accidents happen.
Accidents happen. And also, when you're playing in mud, it's going to get dirty.
Thank you.
That's no big deal.
Yeah. But when you're, scolding a man for cheating on his wife and having a child by on him, I think that's a bridge too far.
I think if you thought it wasn't right, you should just abort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have another one. Hello.
Okay, so I'm going to meet up with this guy, and he tells me he has someone staying with him, so we have to meet in his workshop. And I'm like, thinking, workshop? Are you a carpenter? That could be hot. Are you a wig maker? What other kind of workshop is there? Don't see anything that indicates it on the map. So I schlep all the way over to Culver City, and I park in this parking lot. He's doing the full thing of, the door's unlocked, I'm on all fours, blindfolded, just let yourself in and me. And so I walk across this dark parking lot to an unmarked door. They open it, and there he is in the middle of the room, but on all four walls, shelves and shelves, racks and racks on every table surface in his workshop are guns, real guns. Semi-automatic AK-47 handguns, just like a full arsenal. I went through with it, and when we were done, he was like, took off the blindfold, and he was like, we should hang out again. And I was like, absolutely not. Like, what the is with all the guns? Anyway, does that make me an for going through with it?
No,
You're a dog. You're a dog. That is wild. I thought he was going to say.
Okay.
If you want to know if you are an give us a call at 510. And now, a word from our sponsor. I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I worship the devil. He helped me pull the hottest man I'd ever seen in real life, and it worked like a charm. But as we were about to get down, I couldn't get it up. And by it, I mean my penis. I had two choices: join the circus or take WoodWork. WoodWork, ED meds built by Grindr for the moments that actually matter, when you finally got the guy and you need your to catch up. Quick online assessment, licensed clinicians, meds to your door. WoodWork, hard, just got easy. Results may vary based on an individual's specific health status. Medication prescriptions are provided by licensed medical providers upon their determination of medical appropriateness and necessity, and may not be suitable for everyone. Individuals should consult a healthcare professional before using or starting any erectile dysfunction prescription medications. WoodWork. One day, the softness will end. Do you scroll in bed?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you gotta stop.
I know, it's bad.
It's bad. Do you in the morning?
I'm also, yes, but I'm probably always like thinking I'm gonna find something, learn something, know something. There's something that's got to be informing, and I don't want to let go. And I have a very bad habit of I don't sleep well. My brain doesn't shut the up. So then I'm just like, I need to be learning something, doing something, contributing. Something needs to be happening.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah,
yes,
blah.
especially like knowledge must be acquired.
Yes.
You got to stop.
I know. It's not healthy.
It's terrible. Sleep hygiene is something I'm so passionate about.
Aww.
Every other area of my life, total mess, horrible. But I for some reason, it is non-negotiable to have the phone in the bed, and it's a big game changer.
Good for you.
Thank you. Now I have to work on every single other thing in my life, but yeah, the sleep hygiene is so important.
So
don't get the phone out the bed.
All of it.
None of that screen. No computer. At least an hour before you're in bed.
TV. Where does TV fall?
TV is. It's not, you don't want to watch like a horror movie or something like get butchered or like anything that's like very neurologically super stimulating.
I used to have a problem with watching The Handmaid's Tale at night.
I had to,
I was like, I can't do this.
During the day, I had to switch it off. It was too depressing and too real.
I was like, I'm going to go to bed and have these horrible nightmares of being like unable to have any autonomy in my life.
Yeah. You can watch Jellyfish.
What's jellyfish?
Just jellyfish.
Oh, just like
yeah, like yeah. Go YouTube and just you can just watch a jellyfish, or there's these videos with like a glowing pyramid in a frequency that's supposed to like put you.
Yeah, I actually listen to the ocean.
Oh,
I put the
perfect.
ocean on,
Yeah.
and then I listen to a podcast about where they tell a story really innocuous.
Okay, like a sleep story.
Yeah, it's like a sleep story that she tells twice. Once slows it down. So
that's great.
And it's just there's nothing you can't really follow it to any because there's nothing really going on.
Yeah,
it's just called Nothing Much Happens. I think is what it's called. So it's just like literally nothing happens. So it's like.
You're not riveted on the edge of your seat. You're lulled. It's like
That's
a lullaby.
That's the point. Because it's not just like information. Because if it was real information, I'd be holding on to it too tight.
I think there was a sleep story that Harry Styles read that I had to stop listening to because his voice was too seductive and I was getting aroused.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was, I think it was like, I was like, oh my God. Like, that's just crazy. Now I've watched and listened to the Fran Drescher's ASMR video for W Magazine about 1,600 times.
Oh, wow.
I could lip sync the entire video perfectly. It's 10 minutes long. I highly recommend it.
Maybe that's a new performance right
Oh,
there.
yeah. And if you have trouble sleeping and you're scrolling, just Google.
Her voice doesn't.
No, it's not. Because it's ASMR. She's like, this is Fran Drescher. We're about to do some ASMR. It's perfect.
I don't know. I feel like
it's not like Mr. Sheffield. No, it's none of that. It's none of that. It's not the nanny. It's perfect. Trust me, you'll love it. Have you ever been in a car accident?
Yeah, I was in one when I was a baby. I hit the rearview mirror, went through the windshield. I have a scar.
You went through the windshield as a baby?
See that scar that's there?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was an infant. Came in. My mom was getting her hair done in a beauty salon, and my dad came in with this bloody baby while she was getting her hair done, and was like, because we were parked. In fairness to my dad, why I wasn't in a car seat, because we were parked, and I apparently loved for him to turn on the radio, and I would
you were smoking. Yeah.
So I was dancing, and then someone hit the back of the car.
Holy.
Yeah, I hit the rearview mirror, went through the windshield, and so I had plastic surgery to like deal with that.
Is that what turned you gay? Because I was dropped on my head in the grocery store when I was like 2. That was definitely the moment. Gay,
likes wigs.
Yeah. Do you like driving? You live in LA.
Yeah. I love driving. Well, I was driving.
Were you driving like tractors?
I drove a tractor before I drove a car. I drove a motorcycle since I was 5.
Ah.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't drive a motorcycle anymore. I'm thinking about doing it again, but I had a really bad accident on a motorcycle when I was 18.
You were lucky to be alive, I'm sure.
Yeah, actually. I mean, I was wearing a helmet and everything, but I took my brother's bike at that time. At that time, my whole family, even my mother, was licensed to drive motorcycles.
Biker family.
Yeah, and so I borrowed my brother's bike to go to my best friend's house, but he did not tell me. Unfortunately, my brother had a big drug problem at that time.
Can't relate. Yep.
And he did not tell me that it kept accelerating. And it did not stop.
No.
I had to use a house. I had to hit a house to stop the bike. And then, yeah.
But you survived.
I survived it.
That is crazy.
I do have a scar of that somewhere on one of my arms, but it's like you can barely even see it at this point.
You gotta hit a house.
Yeah, I did a house.
Sometimes you gotta hit a house.
Yeah. Life.
The only thing that I think that people don't have the right to complain about with driving in LA is you have access to the entire music library in your car. So, I mean, but people are insane in their cars here.
People are insane.
Are you a rage? Do you get into road rage?
I am a little aggressive.
Do you scream obscenities out the window?
No, not yet. I'll say it within my car.
Okay.
I don't want to engage, but I get really mad at dumb drivers.
Yeah. Do you never stick your head out the window and say, you
No.
Okay.
No, I just get really mad at people doing stupid maneuvers or not signaling.
Or not being hyper vigilant at a left green arrow.
Of course.
This is my number one passion in life. If I'm at the front of the line, you better believe I am anticipating that green arrow, and I'm making sure we all get through.
I want 3 of us through that one little sliver.
And these running the red light, they need to know that.
Yeah.
Get out of my way.
Yeah. No.
Oh my God.
You're right. Left turns are a very special thing in Los Angeles.
Sacred.
Yeah.
Do you have any dating advice?
Dating advice. Don't do it.
Perfect.
Focus on your career.
Yeah. No, because your career, you will always be there, but that person won't.
Yeah. I mean, in one way, though, there is some logic to this, though. It's
Yeah.
like, that's why you should love yourself and
Yeah.
love being with yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, recently I saw a friend, he was like, oh, you still single? I was like, yeah. He's like, how is that? I'm like, it's fine.
amazing.
I love myself.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be with myself. I
Yeah.
like all my tastes. So I'm not having to compromise.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad being alone, like going to the movies alone or going to
I've never had a restaurant.
Yeah, restaurant. Like,
I've had a lot of friends who were always in a relationship and can't really negotiate that period of, they just don't know how to be alone.
yeah.
And it's interesting to observe that because I'm the absolute opposite. Like, I can't wait to go home from the party. I can't wait to be alone to like recharge batteries. Trixie and I share the same qualities. Like, work is first because like work is like who we are.
Yeah.
You know?
You get your merit from that.
Yeah.
Your self-worth.
Yeah. People come and go. Would you agree that fashion is an industry built by gay men?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that good or a bad thing?
I think it's a great thing.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we have a few things. What? Florists, hairdressers, design. I mean, let us have a few things. I mean, y'all straight people got so much.
I know. We got one gay hockey show. That's it.
I mean, and thank God.
Yeah. Wait, when did you know you were gay?
I think I came out around 13. So, rather early in the sense. I mean, there's others, I guess, who come out around like 8 or something at this point. But
I mean, I was like visibly gay by like 5, but like,
I don't think I realized that I just wasn't having any kind of sexual awareness. It was more, I'm sure people thought I was gay.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I was like putting on my mom's shoes and things like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I used to, probably in 5th grade, get dressed in the back of the bus in drag as Cyndi Lauper is what I thought I was. And I thought I'd walk off
Were
the
you doing
bus.
shows?
Oh, I would walk off the bus and I thought everyone just thought it was the new cool girl at school. Like, and they would be applauding. And I was like, oh, yeah, just me. You didn't see me get on the bus. I was like, totally had it in my head that they had no idea it was me, but they did, obviously. But yeah, I was wearing like my grandmother's like 50s black patent high heels and a wiglet and tablecloth, lace tablecloth, all those. I was like, yeah, no, I loved it.
And you didn't get any like, how's the family? Like, did any?
I think it just seemed like, I don't know. I loved Cyndi. I was so obsessed with Cyndi Lauper, so it just seemed fine. When I finally came out, it was a little bit of a hiccup for a second, and then everyone just kind of got over it.
Fierce.
Yeah.
Family is cool.
Oh, yeah.
Any school, like, bullying?
Oh, God. I was bullied every day at school. It was like punch, spit at, called names. I mean, almost every day of like junior high and high school, except towards the very end of high school when now at the point that I'm a senior. So it's just like the pecking order, even though I was still extremely flamboyant and very expressive about what I wore, it was less happening at that point. But yeah, I mean, my mom had to come to school so many times to talk to counselors. And they're like, well, if you would just not dress this way. And she was like, well, my son shouldn't have to change the way he dresses for people to be kind to him or not, threaten him or hit him or spit on him.
So they need to stop punching him. He's not like, that's the problem. Do you have any peers in high school? Any like classmates who were openly gay or like flamboyant?
No, my
I didn't have anybody.
Boyfriend was a senior when I was a freshman, and he wanted me to go to the prom. And I was like, no, I'm not going to be the only this school for 3 more years.
Oh, God. That's just putting a bullseye on your...
Yeah, I was like, I'm so sorry. I cannot do this. It was just beyond my capacity. I mean, this is pre, like, Glee and all this other stuff that people have been spoiled, like a new generation's had. It was like, it was really isolating and... scary.
Yeah, dangerous.
Yeah,
like,
dangerous.
I mean,
I mean, obviously, it still does happen in places, and it's still a problem. But it was much more rampant.
I mean, because kids are still rotten. Like, but it's just...
They're so mean.
They're so mean, they're so rotten, but they're just mean about different things now.
Yeah.
Like, it's not... In a lot of, like, coastal places, it's not necessarily gay bashing, they're just people bashing. You know what I mean? Like, you're not being cool or not being whatever.
It took me so long to get used to the fact that if I heard kids laughing, that it really wasn't about me, because I was so used to it from growing up.
Totally.
That one day as an adult, I was like, and they're like, wait, this isn't about me.
Yeah.
They're in their own world. And if it is about me, who cares now? I don't give a
I mean, if I'm outside and somebody screams, you better believe I'm like, like, And it's usually just like Willem in his car or something, you know? I had nobody in high school who was openly gay. And it was like, I know some of you mother gay. There's 350 of us.
So the majority of the time I didn't because he graduated before me. So the rest of the duration I was the
only one.
Yes.
How big was your high school? Like, do you remember how?
Number-wise, it was not small, but it wasn't huge. I guess maybe like a class of 300.
That's
so
mine.
times 3 or times 4, whatever, 4 years. So yeah, it was a healthy size.
Yeah. Enough for there to be more than one gay person.
Oh, yeah.
And I know for a fact that this guy who I went to high school with was gay as hell, and he's got a wife and children now. You know who you are.
And so does that last caller, apparently.
I know. That is, we have to stop. I don't know who started that, but it has to stop. It's the most disgusting thing ever. Painting. Oh. Do you have any idea what the dating pool is like in the fashion industry, or is it? You don't have time to do anything. Like, do they?
It's a rigorous schedule.
Yeah. What is the schedule like?
I mean, it depends on what week of the month, what month
Say
of
it's
the
like
year.
a week before the show.
A week before the show is really intense, honestly.
Like 80 hours a week.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just constant.
All day.
It's my last chance to perfect an image that will be indelible. So I have, after that model walks past me,
it's done.
It's done. I have no more control, and it belongs to the world because it's photographed.
That's terrifying.
It is a little bit terrifying. So it's like I work so hard, and I think about it, and I'm excruciating. Even just like the board of pictures, once I fit everyone and I put everyone in their look, and then I'm finalizing the order, I'll look at that board for hours. And other people that work with me sometimes will make fun of me about it. Like, you're going to be here till 5 in the morning. But I just want to make sure that that story comes out and it, unfolds perfectly. And there's all these nuances between also now the person carrying the clothes.
Right.
And then the colors of the clothes and this kind of unveiling of this idea.
And how do you reach the limits of perfectionism? I mean, is it just time?
You just feel it. It's finally like, okay, this is like I've gone through it over. I'll look at them and then I'll be like, I've imagined the show enough, and then it's flowed and it's right. It cannot be another way.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, now we're gonna see if we are.
Okay.
What do you think the worst part of dating someone who doesn't understand fashion is?
I don't know if I would be so caring if they didn't understand fashion. I think the only problem is more like when I'm having a work, let's say, stress or issue, and they don't find it to be of merit.
Important, or like it's,
that if it feel very frustrating and kind of belittling. It's like, well, this is really important in my world.
Right.
And if you love me, then you should respect that, even if you don't understand that.
Right.
So to be kind of dismissive, I guess, would be it.
Right. Or like, there's like, well, you're not doing heart surgery.
Yeah. And I know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've say that openly. But on the flip side, I feel like the work I do does bring joy. And that is important to do in this world now more than ever.
Yeah.
And to try to put a smile on people's face, to try to bring some levity into the conversation, even if it's just in an Instagram post.
Yeah.
If it can just bring a little happiness or put a smile on someone's face, I think then that's a job well done.
Yeah, and it's important. And and it's critical. And I know a lot of heart surgeons who are and do bad jobs.
Oh my God.
And they're in surgery drunk.
And then they go on someone's dick.
Exactly. Exactly.
They're the biggest culprit of that, apparently.
Yeah, neurosurgeons and cardiac surgeons make up 80% of the painters in the gay community. It's a fact.
Numbers are staggering.
It's an epidemic. So the Berlin Grand Show, 500 costumes?
I think we went over 500 in the end. Yeah, it was a lot of costumes.
How did you start that? How did that go? What the hell was that process like? How do you approach something like that?
I just break it down. It was like I broke it down into scenes and thought about what was, the story being told, first of all, because there is a script and a screenplay kind of situation going on of like, this is the characters and this is their arc. And then these are the musical numbers. But it's confusing because there's also having to deal with, as a performer, each performer is different. So there's some things that you may like you might want to be very corseted and constructed, or you might want it to be loose. Like the first person I did a costume for ever was Bjork, and she needed to have space for her diaphragm so she could sing.
Right.
The second person I did costumes for was Madonna, who wants to be corseted to a point that seems impossible.
I want to be on the verge of death.
Yeah. You know,
Wow.
so I've seen it on both sides, and that's what, it's very personal. And so I have a lot of, you know, it's a dialogue with the performer. So then when I'm dealing with dancers, so many dancers and so many individual dancers, and then what's the choreography and what are they doing? So, okay, I'm trying to tell the story through costume, bring this vision of the directors to life, pouring myself into something that's going to also get people excited, but they have to be able to
tailor it to the person
and have them be able to perform. And there needs to be, like, I don't know, sometimes 30 of them. So you're dealing with 30 personalities, and some are like, well, that's classy.
Yeah, and it doesn't make me look good, and I sweat too much, and all that stuff.
And so it's like a lot of personalities.
Yeah, I mean, I've run the gamut. Like, there have been times where I want to have a waist that's snatched, but you sacrifice all the comfort. And then there's other times where, like, I just need to be, like, untucked and, like, whatever. And it's, it just really depends. These days, oh, God.
A baby doll? Just go with a baby doll.
Yeah, what is that? It was Empire? Where is
Empire.
Yeah.
Impure.
I remember, I think on the first challenge of Drag Race, when Violet was undoing her corset, you could see these welts. On her, and I was just like, oh my God, you're an insane person. But it looks amazing.
The French say, il faut souffrir pour être belle. One must suffer to be beautiful. What do the Russians say?
Probably the same thing, but worse. In Russia, no one expects to be happy.
Yeah, there you go. That's perfectly the same thing.
Right? Yeah. If you had to, trying to think of like a historical figure that you could dress.
Sure.
Like Louis XIV or
Marie Antoinette.
Who would you pick?
I would probably be a little more contemporary and go with Marilyn Monroe.
Okay, what would you put her in?
I just would love to have experienced her.
Yeah.
There's all those stories about her turning it off and on and the light shining from her, or she could dim it. And I would just love to know what that was like. The court life of Antoinette seems way more freaked out and up and scary and off with their headsy to me. I mean, love that. But
also Louis XIV or whatever, he was underneath all that. It was hammer time. He was like, he had ulcers. He's got like fissures. He was like, he smelled like. Everybody had to have like scented handkerchiefs around him.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's tough. I would rather just deal with like a little broken bird like Marilyn.
Yeah. Who's a political or like a public figure now, not in fashion, who do you think has like exquisite style?
A public figure?
Yeah, like...
Okay. For some reason, I think you said political figure, you said public figure.
Yeah, I wanted to say political, but I was like, oh, that's
I'm like, the only one is Natalie Pelosi, because she wears those old Mugler suits, if you ever notice.
Oh, does she really?
Yeah, and I met her once right after the like famous iconic clap.
Yeah.
There was a small cocktail that Anna Wintour invited me to in New York, and she introduced me to her, and I was like, well, I'm one of your constituents. I'm, Californian, and she was so warm and so nice and so curious about like what I was wearing. And I explained I'm a designer, and you could tell that she loves creativity, and obviously her daughter's a documentarian. So I think she has.
She's an artistic
She has the juices. And if you notice, she wears a lot of like late 80s, 90s Mugler suits. I think is pretty iconic of her.
Yeah, I love Mugler suits. Speaking of historical figures, so you've been a judge on Drag Race 3 times, I think. You're on one of my season, All Stars 2, the worst episode I've been on, where I almost went home. I had to be Princess Diana, which was so unfair.
I know.
Because how do you make Princess Diana funny?
Yeah.
She's a tragic... And she was quite the style icon. I remember getting critiques for that and thinking like, you don't look like, it's not an accurate representation of her, but like, she wasn't even real.
That's why it's better to have things where people don't have a visual identification, because then we can just have this lapse and this leap and kind of go there. I mean, I will say that watching you all perform that twice, because it's filmed twice for those who don't know, was the best live performance of a show I've ever seen.
Can you say that a little bit louder and a little bit slower?
Live performance. Honestly, it was so entertaining. I was so happy. I felt so much joy. And I think of the Annie Oakley.
So good. She killed that number. Yeah, it was great. The crime of that number was that I didn't get Catherine the Great. The Russian character didn't get Catherine the Great. I will never forgive. Yeah,
It would have been funnier, really, now thinking about that, if she had to do Diana.
Yes.
Because there would just been like, well, how's this little munchkin
it would have been funny just
toad? She calls herself fashion
glamour toad.
Glamour
yeah.
toad, sorry.
It would have been
glamour
just
toad.
inherently like funny just from the jump.
Yeah.
Working today, which celebrity, movie star has the most style, the chicest one?
Movie stars, not pop star.
No, not pop star. Do you know Elizabeth Debicki? Do you know who that is?
Of course, she played Diana.
She did.
And
she's
very
like
beautifully.
7'2".
Yeah, and she's wearing flats all the time to these award ceremonies because she's still so tall.
I think she's 6'2".
Yeah.
She isn't talking about statuesque.
And her Diana was really good.
It was good.
You should have done that thing where you could tap out, call a friend, and she could have come in and done your Diana.
The transition would have been so clunky. She would be like, oh, she lost 40 pounds and she grew 6 inches. Yeah. Who would win in a cage match? Madonna or Courtney Love?
Courtney's feral.
She's unpredictable.
She's unpredictable. I mean, if we go back to that compact throwing iconic moment,
Right.
I fear for Madonna in that point because I think Madonna also has the thought that happens when you have too much to lose. And Courtney kind of...
She's like...
But Courtney's in a really good place right now.
Yeah.
So maybe actually it gets reversed a little bit because I think Courtney has really worked on herself. I think she's in the zen. So if it's today version... Madonna might be able to take her.
Yeah, I think these days Madonna would wipe the floor with her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was walking to Starbucks and Courtney Love was writing in her journal, just like sitting there, and I was like, I like stopped and like gawked at her for like 30 full seconds. Thank God she didn't see me, but it was wild. It was mesmerizing.
You should have went and talked to her.
No, God, I could never. Where can the children find you online?
Oh, Instagrams.
Do you do TikTok?
I have a TikTok, but I don't ever do anything with it because it's like, I think if you don't do those dances and just talk about like bullshit.
I know.
And
Or you're not trying to sell like hair vitamins or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I should move to Arizona and just like sell things out of my house, like all those moms.
Thank you so much for being a guest on Who's the Asshole. You were absolutely wonderful.
It's so good to see you again.